All right, gentlemen, gentle ladies, whatever else you people identify as, I don't know anymore. It's a lot. We're not here to talk about that, though. And I will address my absence. It's a multitude of reasons. It was personal stuff, it was schedule, it was sports, it was all that. But it was also because, low key, I wanted to know more about the sport. I was in that weird range where it's like you're not quite a casual, but you're not quite an expert. I consider myself now an expert. I needed the time. My MMA knowledge has like quadrupled. It's like exponentially increased. And I think you'll see based upon the style of this video and the way things are. I also kind of picked up boxing a little bit as a sport and MMA. Starts out with boxing to MMA, but like I picked it up as a sport, so now I kind of understand, the ins and outs, more technical analysis as well. It's not just going to be this guy's got good boxing, period. It's gonna be like this guy has good jabs. He says that, that's what we'd hope to see. But I'm gonna try to keep videos shorter as well. I kind of wanted to just it was like a test run, like an experiment. But now let's talk about the most important matter at hand at the moment. Why Tom Aspinall is undeniably, I think the title works better once, but undeniably the best heavyweight in the world. If you weren't convinced by the end of this video, get your head examined or just admit it's emotional bias. All right, thank you. Let's start off with the resume here. I just want to read some things off. Thomas Paul Aspinall, great name. Already glazing the name, but you'll see it's a fair glaze. These are all fair glazes. He's currently the UFC interim heavyweight champion. He has one interim title defense against Curtis Blades. He has finished over 3 of the top 4 heavyweights in the world, not including himself, and then the only one he hasn't fought is Ciryl Gane, which is the only one he has not finished. The standout wins on his resume are Curtis Blades by knockout and Sergey Pavlovich by knockout. Now, I'm going to pull up my notes here because I want to get into Curtis Blades and Pavlovich, their caliber fighter, where they're at, because I feel like a lot of people think Pavlovich is cooked and Blades is mid, but Blades is quite far from that, All right, let's go through Blades' only losses. Francis Ngannou. We all know Francis Ngannou. Derek Lewis, most knockouts in the UFC. And Sergey Pavlovich in his prime, which we'll get to. And now his wins, KO'd Overeem, KO JDS, TKO over Alexei Olenek. If you don't think Alexei Olenek is good, again, get your head examined. Decision wins over Mark Hunt and Volkov. Pretty solid there. Sergey Pavlovich, at the time of that Aspinall fight, I wasn't going to put the clip in here, but I don't want to get copyright claimed or whatever, was arguably, I think maybe, is the most dangerous fighter ever. But he's definitely in that category. KO'd Derek Lewis. He KO'd a good Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa was not quite finished yet. He was in pretty solid state. And KO'd good Curtis Blades as well. Now, for the standout submission wins on his resume are Volkov and Andrei Arlovsky, but I don't want to get into Arlovsky's resume. It would take too long. Now, Volkov, he's got a judo background. His KO wins over Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Verdum, and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I know Rozenstruik's not great, but he's something. This fight, most importantly, proved that Aspinall can deal with a size advantage. That's always a question mark at heavyweight. How are you going to deal with a guy like a Volkov that's just huge, Because most heavyweights are usually around the same size. They're both big guys. And Aspinall proved that he could deal with it. It wasn't an issue for him. Now, Arlovsky, kind of want to bring up, he's a former champion. He looks nice in the name. And if you really think about it, Arlovsky's been grappling at high level for decades. He was originally a Sambo guy. You can fact check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure Sambo. I know he has Sambo as a fact that's in his toolkit. So, yeah, that also proved that Aspinall can just, if he wants to, put his head down, take you down, ragdoll you, and choke you out. Now, for some of the stuff outside the octagon, I think this is always important. He's a national British Open Jiu-Jitsu champion. Totally butchered the name of the competition, but he won all the belt classes except black, so he's basically the best non-black belt heavyweight at Jiu-Jitsu in the entire country of the UK. And he also has a 1-0 record in pro boxing, if that's something you people care about. I don't really know. Now, let's throw out some numbers, right? Let's throw a couple numbers. The number 14, Sam Darnold, but 14, most importantly, first round finishes from Tom Aspinall. 12 knockouts, Tom Brady, quarterback's going. Yeah, Tom Brady and Tom Aspinall's knockouts, 12. It's a good number in 16 fights. In the record of 16-3, 1 disqualification, and you 14 first-round finishes of your 16 fights. Pretty solid rate. I like that. 100% takedown defense, takedown accuracy, finishing rate. And now these are my favorite 2 stats right here. 2 minutes and 2 seconds is his average fight time. I'll give you a second to think about that. All right, that's 4 seconds. We're good. 41 minutes is the entire fight time of MMA. Not even just UFC. His entire career is 41 minutes. You can watch either Tom Aspinall's entire career or essentially a main event where the guys' names are short. You know what I mean? That is nuts. Now, I want to throw out some of the, deterrents or the hypothetical matchups that would disqualify Tom Aspinall from the title as the best heavyweight in the world right now. So first off, I want to start with Francis Ngannou because he's fresh off the big win over Renan Fajeda. So I see this fight realistically going 2, but you got to give Francis a nod on the knockout. I'll get into it. Tom Aspinall via submission. UK National BJJ champion, high-level BJJ practitioner, and Francis, he's good on the feet, and he proved he's got some good wrestling towards the end of his UFC career, but there's no way. Like, let's just be honest here. What he did to Orlovsky, I know you're going to say Orlovsky's Smith, but still, dude, boom, take you down, take your back, choke you out, like that, boom. Easy. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Aspinall by submission is probably the most likely outcome because, again, Aspinall said with Pereira, he ain't going to mess around on the feet. I don't think he would do it with Francis at all. Now, if you don't think Aspinall has a chance to KO Ngannou, once again, get your head examined. He's arguably better on the feet. Now, hear me out. I know it's crazy because Francis Ngannou's this otherworldly guy on the feet, but really, better head movement from Aspinall. He's way faster. His defense is better. And he also has one punch power. Let's not act like Tom Aspinall can't put your lights out with one punch just as much as Francis Ngannou can. And again, like I said, the third option, obviously Francis via KO, but I really feel like Aspinall has all the advantages. He's faster, better head movement, better grappling. Cardio-wise, give or take, Francis, possibly we haven't seen Aspinall's cardio really, but I think 60-40, Aspinall wins by submission, probably round 2. I think Francis won't be ragdolled so easily, but I still don't think Francis will be able to really do much if Aspinall goes straight for the grappling. Now, second matchup, this one on everyone's mind right now, Alex Pereira. I'm not going to get into the permutations that have to happen to get there. There's obviously a lot of stuff that has to happen, but again, much like the Ngannou matchup, Aspinall via submission. Now, I think the weight difference, because Pereira's big for light heavyweight, but remember, Jailton Almeida was 235 on heavyweight, and he was the small guy at heavyweight. He wasn't that big. So Pereira would have to bulk up a little bit, but either way, I don't think we're ever going to see a Pereira that's 270, ever, because he's just a big, lean guy, you know? So the weight difference is going to be a huge factor, because skill also, but weight as well. If Aspinall can just essentially, like, spike Pereira, just pick him up and ragdoll him, you get me? And then I think Aspinall will be a KO for a couple of reasons. Number one, the one-punch power, and I don't know if he has the speed of Khalil Roundtree, but you saw in UFC 307, if you watch that fight, if you have speed, Ferreira likes to play with you, and you can kind of just blitz in there and land some punches, and I don't think Aspinall would sit there and look at his work. I think he would go boom, 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 and just keep going. Put it on Pereira. Now, I could see Pereira be KO because he'll be stronger at heavyweight, he'll be less weight drained, but Aspinall's already said he's going to go for like a rugby style, like take him and Pereira out takedown. Like, he is not going to mess around on the feet at all. Once again, even like 730 Aspinall, I don't think it's 60-40. I just think Francis is that much, a little bit better of a grappler, and he's a natural heavyweight, whereas Pereira, I guess he's a natural heavyweight as well, but he's a little bit smaller for heavyweight. Now, John Jones, I'm going to get a lot of people mad in the comments, but this fight should happen, but it's probably not going to happen because there's literally only one way it's going to go. And again, if you think otherwise, get your head examined thoroughly. Like, this time, though, this is where I need, like, someone in the comment section explain it to me without being mentally ill, please. This is going to be Aspinall by KO very easily. John Jones can't abuse the size advantage. He's not bigger than Aspinall. His arms may be longer, but whatever. He's not, okay, maybe he is better, but he's not as, it's not like a Cyril Gane type, where Cyril Gane didn't even know how to sprawl. Like, Cyril Gane didn't have a high school level of wrestling. I know about as much wrestling as that Cyril Gane did. He won't have that advantage, and it's going to come down to John Jones's pillow hands, and I think his okay striking defense. Remember, this guy, I know people are like, he's this, he's that. He is no longer the 24-year-old that strangled Lyoto Machida unconscious. He is a guy that went life or death with Thiago Santos on one knee and a Dominic Reyes who was panting like a black lab on a summer day for a majority of the fight. So let's just be realistic here. It's John Jones's pillow hands with okay striking defense against Aspinall's power, speed, and incredible head movement. Go watch the Pavlovich fight if you think otherwise. Dude, Aspinall has every advantage here. He's bigger, he's faster, stronger, and he's younger. Every advantage is on his way. I have it 80-20. I put it 90-10 originally, but I added an extra 10% there. I give Jones 20% because, he is John Jones. He's good fight IQ. Like, he'll find something, I guess. And especially because the rumor is he's on the sauce again. If he's on the sauce again, it'll be a much closer fight. But if we get a clean John Jones against Tom Aspinall, it's over for John Jones. He stands literally no chance at all, in my opinion. Now, to conclude this video, I would like to say thank you for listening, first of all. Second of all, if you don't think Tom Aspinall is the best heavyweight in the world at the moment, you need to get checked out. Aspinall is one punch power, great head movement, high level striking, insane speed. The grappling, I think I already said the grappling twice. Like, he's got everything. Now, I guess the claim is he's never been taken into deep waters. That's okay, because he's that good. He'll never really get there. I don't think, unless we can make a time machine, bring back prime Cain Velasquez, make sure it's dead at sea level, zero elevation, I don't think anyone will get close to beating Aspinall in his career. And even then, that Cain Velasquez matchup is still a 50-50 for me, because I don't know if Cain just MMA evolution wise will be able to deal with the speed of Tom Aspinall. But Cain, he's solid guy. But yet, I think if Tom Aspinall continues on this track, he might become the greatest fighter of all time. You're going to say it's glazing, but like I said, I'll go through it again. High level striking. He's finishing everyone. Finished arguably the most dangerous fighter ever in Sergey Pavlovich. None of Pavlovich's fights left the first round when he fought Aspinall. None. And he was facing Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, high level guys like that. And he just went, boop, destroyed him like that. It was that easy for Aspinall. Everything looks easy for him. And we're not even talking about the fact that his grappling is so good. He barely uses it, and it's so good. It's so high level. It's really crazy. This is a real human being. But anyways, that's enough glazing. You can call it glazing. I don't care. I think this is a very reasonable reaction to what Tom Aspinall has done. Most importantly, thanks for watching, everyone, and God bless.